All right, have and have not fans, inspiration hit. You know how it is with me. Hey, this is my last video. Then another idea will come out of nowhere. Yeah, Mama Rose and Katheryn. So make sure you give this video a like. Let's try to get to 75 likes on this one. Hit subscribe if you are new or if you've been to this channel multiple times and for whatever reason you haven't subscribed yet. Go ahead and hit the bell notification icon and select all. That way you're notified whenever I post content. And follow me on social media. Links are in the description below. Now, during the opening minutes of last week's episode entitled, I believe, Fine Together, Mama Rose and Katheryn were talking, or should I say Mama Rose initiated the conversation, bringing up the fact that my mother knew your father. Blank Hartgrave. I can't remember Katheryn's father's first name. Have they even brought up the first name? I don't even know why the first name was never brought up. I just know his last name, Hartgrave, aka Katheryn Crier's maiden name. And no need to doing a separate video on this specific branch off topic, but some people have been wondering, why haven't they shown Katheryn's father? He's dead. It's been said a few times in the opening seasons. I think both of Katheryn's parents are dead. I know at least the father is. And then she has like 4 or 3 other siblings. But in this case, Mama Rose goes on to say that, your father was deep in with my mother. It's like, is that so? Not like that, but they did a lot of business around town together back in the day, and Katheryn was unaware. So based off the statement, I think that means that Katheryn's father and Mama Rose's mother were in cahoots together. Not necessarily sexual, because I don't know, maybe the title of this video would be, Are Mama Rose and Katheryn Crier Sisters? I want to guess no. They do have squabbles like, siblings, but I don't think so. I honestly don't think they're sisters. I think it's an interesting dynamic. It's like, because of the fact that, given that she said that Katheryn's father was in league with her mother, or excuse me, did a lot of business, kind of like how Mama Rose and Jim interact. Well, we know that Mama Rose and Jim, had an entanglement, if you will, but it would not surprise me if Katheryn's father and Mama Rose's mother, did the nasty. So there's that aspect of it. But it's an interesting dynamic because back when Mama Rose was first introduced in the back half of season 1, aka the original actress for the role, it was stated that the reason she's in charge is because her parents never had a son. So I mean, was her mother really in league with the mob as well? That brings up interesting questions, like, because you would think typically in these kind of roles a male would be in charge, but if there is no male, then you give it to the next in line, which was Mama Rose. So I guess whoever Mama Rose's father was, her mother was also deep into the underworld as well. She wasn't just passive while her husband did whatever he wanted. So it's an interesting thing to think about, because it just shows you that I'm not saying that all money is bad money, especially when it comes to the rich, but it just makes me think about all these other stories. And yes, I'm about to make comic book reference. In some iterations of Batman, Bruce Wayne's parents had done dirty to get the money, because I think it was Alfred or somebody who's like, no one ever gets that rich with clean money. There's always some foul business behind the scenes, under the table dealings, maybe not heavily illegal stuff, but typically that's how it works. Like even these heiresses who these people who have these generational wealth, typically white people, when you look at the behind the scenes of how people made their money, what do they call that? Okay, prohibition was when alcohol was illegal. Now, what was it called when people just like made their own moonshine? Was it called boot? No, boot. Was it called bootleg? Hang on, let me Google. I gotta Google that because I know it's like when people were making their own brew. Hang on, prohibition. I gotta go back in time on this one, man. Do 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 do. Oh yeah, this was during the from 1920 to 1933. Dang. See, y'all know I don't drink anyway, so this time wouldn't have phased me. Bear with me. This is gonna bother me. Okay, I know what speakeasies are, but what the hell was it where these people, just went around town with their own whiskey and everything? And I know the word begins with a B because it was illegal, and I know a lot of people did it. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure all my times in the Jerry Falwell Museum showed some of his ancestors doing the same thing, and I'm like, yeah, that's how these people made their fortune, and then they passed it down generations and generations, and that's how they got the funds. So even though now what seems to be clean money actually comes from dirty roots, and no, I couldn't find the word, so oh well. But all I'm saying is this is why we need a freaking prequel series, man. I mean, we don't need no season 8 or 9 because the show kind of, jumped the shark many times. I'd rather see these intriguing stories about like Katheryn's parents and the Malones versus, oh, we're going to bring up the fact that Candace and Benny need to get the money back for like the 50th time. Wyatt's going to try to get Heidi. I don't give a crap. I want to know about the past. Like, if the haves and the have-nots as we know it ever comes to an end, I would definitely be on board with like a spinoff or prequel series, whatever you want to call it, going through the ropes of how these characters came to be the people they are now. That's what I want. So with that being said, to round things up, no, I don't think Katheryn and Rose are sisters. Did I say sisters or sisters? Because I actually did a sisters video earlier. Also, I wonder if Katheryn's father taught Jim about anything regarding the Malones. That would be interesting. Because probably, given the fact that her father knew about the Malones and worked with them, maybe gave Jim some tips in regards to, hey, here are some people you need to link up with if you want to make it in this town. That's an interesting dynamic. You never know. You never know. All right, guys. Well, let me know what you think in the comment section below about this. I really like the angle. And like I said before, it seems that Rose is probably getting out of jail in this week's episode. But these Katheryn and Rose scenes have easily been the best scenes of this season so far. So thanks so much for tuning in. And if you would like to donate to the channel, feel free to do so on PayPal, Cash App, or follow me on social media. Links are in the description below.